This is AI.R. Artists in Residence Broadcasting, coming to you once a week from New York City. Hello, how are you doing today? I'm not going to tell you who I am. I'm going to tell you who this is.
I'll tell you who that is. That is John Cullum.
And this is Emily Frankel.
And what are we going to do?
We are going to talk about Emily's talkery.
We know we're doing a post for my blog,
which
is called, say the word. What is my blog called?
Emily's...
Never mind. Don't say, don't say it. He'll make a new title. M's Talkery is my blog, and we're doing a post. And here's what I'm doing. I'm picking a subject that's going to drive him nuts. Ready?
Oh, God.
Well, we have a dear friend, and his name is Michael Price. And Michael Price has a wonderful theater and is the founder of the Goodspeed Opera. And at the Goodspeed Opera, not so long ago, a long time ago, John and Phil Rose and some talented people got together and did Shenandoah. Mm. And in the midst of Shenandoah, there is a wonderful song. It's done twice. It's a soliloquy called Martha.
It's the meditation you're talking about?
Yes. Do you remember any of it at all? Da 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 da. Any little tiny bit? Never mind.
This land don't belong to Virginia.
Okay, so
my sons bleed, but not for the South. The second one starts out with him talking to his wife's grave. Martha, things are getting terrible. I mean, he's talking about the Civil War. And it's a wonderful soliloquy.
Well, he got a message on his email, John Cullum did,
yes,
from Michael, which is, John, we're doing an anniversary for Goodspeed Opera. How many years is it? 50 years?
50 years. 50.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And would John
Where are you going with this, Emily? You're going to say
something? Would John
something?
please whip down from New York City to whip up to Connecticut and do the second meditation. They'll send down a conductor. John will have all the orchestra. He'll have all the things that he needs so that he can recapitulate the triumph. It was a triumph, John. The triumph of Shenandoah, singing the most difficult, the most amazing, wonderful song that requires everything that's in this guy's heart, soul, and vocal cords. Okay. Yeah. So what did John do? What did you do, John?
I left my office and went into your office and asked you, Emily, what should I do? And you Emily said,
turn it down.
I said, wait a minute, I can't turn it down. I mean, Michael Price, we've known him for all the other.
He's a wonderful man. And this is a man that's worth bending over backwards for. But the subject really is, when you revisit a triumph, you really, 30 years ago, that you had 30 years ago, was it 30 years ago? It was.
At least, yeah.
You are revisiting a triumph, and you can't give to it what you were then, technically or emotionally. You can't reproduce it. It doesn't work to do that. And it worried me very much that I knew that John would work and work and work and work and could do it, could sing it. But my feeling was, don't do it. Do what you can for Michael, but do not do a recapitulation of the triumphs of Shenandoah. Yeah. So what did your agent say? You called your agent.
Well,
manager.
I called him and I pretty much told him what you had said and what we'd discussed, and it wasn't as if I didn't agree with you, but I didn't know how he'd take it, and he gave me the example of a very famous artist that he works with, that everybody knows, and I'm not going to mention her name, but she refuses to do anything that she doesn't.
Mention her name.
Well,
Barbara Cook.
That's right, Barbara Cook. And Barbara has an extraordinary career, a second career, and she sings all these concerts and does wonderful work, but she refuses to do things that she doesn't think she should do. And a lot of them are things that she had done in the past, and that would be compared to what she does, how she would do it today. And that's what convinced me. I can't possibly achieve today something that will satisfy people who saw me do it yesterday.
Well, would you just do one thing, because we have to sign off?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Just give me a tiny bit of that, what you start the second meditation with. Martha.
Martha, things are not going the way they should be. As you know, my son, that's not fair. I don't know the lines.
You don't remember?
No,
well, then a tiny bit. This land don't belong. Go ahead.
You better watch the commercial. I don't watch this. The commercial is really extraordinary.
Okay, John, let's just sign off.
All right. Thank you very much for letting me off the hook, Kim.
Okay.
I could do it. This land don't belong to Virginia. My sons bleed, but not for the South. This land here is Anderson land. By the strength of my hand and the sweat of my brow, for as long as the Lord will allow. It sounds better with it needs a big orchestra.
Okay.
All right.
Let's sign off now.
Okay, we'll see you next week. This is AI.R. See you next week.